What's up, everybody? After beating Dragon's Dogma, I decided it's finally time to look at Dragon Dogma's 2 vocations. See if I'm changing or I'm just continue to be a magic archer. So, guess we're going to look at this video of all the vocations from Eric's Gaming. If you haven't seen his videos, you should check him out. It's pretty informative. So, and I'll probably put a link to the video in the description. So, let's see what's new.
If you're wondering what classes or vocations as they're called are in Dragon's Dogma 2 to play, then we have you covered here in this video. And thanks to the latest official live stream for Dragon's Dogma 2, we now have an extra hybrid vocation to add into the list. We want to quickly highlight our officially licensed Capcom Monster Hunter t-shirts and plushes. These are on a massive sale right now on the run up to Christmas, so if you're looking for the perfect gift for yourself
yeah, that's the game I'm playing next. Well,
we are not likely to bring these back, so this could be your
Monster
last
Hunter,
chance.
you're not going to miss this.
Stocks last at the link below. I really do need your guys' help and thoughts on something before we start. Traditionally, the Dragon's Dogma vocations have been color-coded, the warrior and fighter being red, the mage and sorcerer being blue, and so on. And this translated into the hybrid vocation classes as well, like the old Mystic Knight from the first game being a red-blue, a mixture of magic and melee. The Magic Archer being blue-yellow,
my class,
Archer. But in the latest reveal for the new vocation, we can see that the class icon is completely different with both purple and pink, two colors that we don't currently have any class to assign to. Now we could try and look at this as the color mixtures, with purple being a mixture of red and blue.
How do you fight with smoke?
Pink is red and white.
This the 420 class. Gonna be having all the monsters smoked out. High as hell.
And there isn't a color for white. So could there be even more classes in the game that aren't revealed yet? But here's the thing, there's official Capcom merchandise for Dragon's Dogma 2 in Japan, and just recently, it was updated with this vocation-themed t-shirt that shows all of the currently revealed vocations in a nice 3x3 grid. But the point of it is, would they create, print, and sell these t-shirts officially if they weren't the complete list of playable vocations in the game? If there are more in the game that will be revealed later, it would basically make this t-shirt a very odd design and would immediately outdate it. So after all of this, we just don't know what's going on with the colors here and if there's more classes or not. And it could just be that Dragon's Dogma 2 doesn't follow the same vocation logic as the first game. A great visualization of this would be Secret Wizard's post on Reddit. Because the old Strider class has now been split into the Thief and the Archer, we would be looking at a lot of possible hybrid vocations if a combination for everything existed, which doesn't seem very likely. Unless, as he says, they are planning to release expansions later on, adding in new classes, then it looks like Dragon's Dogma 2 just might be breaking the mold for how the vocations work with this color-coded system. But what do you guys make of all of this?
They really added Khajiits from Skyrim.
I've been stuck on ever since the showcase. But going back to the classes, if you aren't familiar with the class system in Dragon's Dogma, here's how it works. In the game, there are 3 different categories of vocations. Your starter, your advanced, and your hybrid vocations. Hybrids are exclusive to your player character, while the starter and advanced vocations can be selected for your AI party members called pawns. You will start the game by picking one of the 4 starter vocations, and then later on in the game, you can switch your vocation to either a different starter, an advanced, or a hybrid vocation. We'll go over each of these and their classifications as we go through. Let's start off though with the hybrid vocations, and as we said before, these are only available for your player character. They generally mix together 2 different vocations into one, making for some very interesting and unique playstyles. So let's start it off with the Trickster. This is a new class that uses a unique weapon called the Sensor, which creates smoke to conjure illusions, causing enemies to fight each other, or even to buff up your party beyond their limits. This class functions more as a support-focused buffer and caster, but don't let this fool you into thinking it's weak. With crazy moves like summoning an illusion drake to knock giant enemies out of the sky, to create literal walls to cross gaps in the environment, and more, the Trickster is for players who want to avoid the front lines but control the battlefield from safety. Also,
wait, they have to make this OP because if it's not, that's gonna be pretty useless. That's what I'm getting from it.
we have a sneaking suspicion that this class might end up being very powerful, as it's a
that's
support-focused
what
class
I
in a
just said.
single-player game. The buffs and abilities will need to be overtuned and powerful, or no one's gonna play it. Buffing AI and summons in single-player games can be very strong, so let's see how the Trickster turns out. And then next we have the Mystic Spearhand, another new vocation added into Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yo.
This one uses another unique weapon.
Sorry for pausing. I love spears, any type of twin blade. So this is very tempting. This is an option right here. It's one of the top options.
The Duo Spear, and combines melee and magic together.
Yeah,
this
that's what I'm talking about.
A well-balanced vocation to be effective from any range. With flashy melee combo attacks, magic abilities similar to the Force in Star Wars, you can throw objects or even
I hate chimeras, but that one looked beautiful.
You can paralyze things and even summon some kind of shadow clone to fight.
See, teleport a shadow clone.
Interestingly, the developer that worked on the main character in Devil May Cry 5 is
that's a
also
lot of
working
DPS
on the
right
moveset
there
for this vocation. So if you like action in your combat, this is likely a class that's going to scratch that itch. And then we have the Magic Archer, a returning vocation from the first game. It uses a unique weapon called the Magic Bow, which doesn't require arrows but instead fires magic in all kinds of varieties and forms.
Wait, what did that say? On top of healing and providing support to your allies, it can heal now? Yo, Magic Archer is already OP. Y'all didn't have to, like, stop giving it everything. That's why I'm gonna have to keep playing it. Stop it. Stop. If I can heal myself without relying on my dumb pawns, like, yay.
Kinds of varieties and forms. They excel at long-ranged attack and supporting, with magic arrows that can heal, deal damage, lock onto enemies, and they can even sacrifice their own HP to deal huge area of effect damage. This is a class if you like magical-themed ranged attacks from afar. And then we have the advanced vocations, and these are sort of like an upgrade or an alternate version of the starter vocations. Currently, we have the Warrior. This vocation has the single most powerful attack out of all of the classes, with a powerful charged attack. And they are masters and experts of two-handed weapons with access to great swords and hammers. They focus purely on physique with both survivability and offense. The Warrior is the class to go for if you like the idea of slaying monsters in style with big, meaty chops. Then on the other side of playstyles, you have the Sorcerer. This is a class specializing in various powerful magic attacks. Using a large staff to conjure their magic, their spells generally take longer to cast.
When I was leveling this up, grinding to get my magic up for magic archery, I couldn't stand it. I had to sit there and charge up the spell all the way, and they kept knocking me over, and I had to do it again. Anger.
Because they are so powerful. But as we saw in a recent showcase, the sync casting is back. So if you cast the same spell as a pawn party member, you can sync together to speed up the cast and enhance it. So if you like insane magic spells,
that's why I be
like
having two mages on my team,
Maelstorms and more,
in my party.
The Sorcerer is the class to pick. And then we have the starter vocations, and these are the ones that you will start the game with and offer a variety of different playstyles, from melee to ranged and magic. The Fighter is your sword and shield specialist with great survivability but also decent offense. You can block, parry and counter, so you can protect yourselves but also your party. It's the perfect class to get to grips with the gameplay and the monsters you fight, so if you want a balanced melee class to start with, the Fighter is a great pick. And then we have the Archer. They specialize in ranged attacks with a classic bow and arrow. If you want to sit further back from the front line and pelt your enemies
Archer's
with
an option too, because
they excel at attacking
really
and creating
arrow spam broken.
The Thief, however, is a
with an enchant
dual dagger specialist with fantastic mobility. They can deal heavy damage to enemies, and they're great at climbing and attacking. So if you want to dash around stabbing enemies, the Thief is a no-brainer, and they can actually steal items from NPCs and enemies too. And then we have the Mage, perhaps the best class to pick for your main pawn. The Mage has powerful attack spells but also supporting spells, with options to cool down lightning on enemies, buff allies with elemental properties, and even heal your party with magic. So it's a good mix of offense and support magic. This is a great start for someone wanting to lean into the magical classes, but also a great pick for someone in your party to have so they can provide buffs and healing.
Especially for
so out of these starter classes,
spells,
which one are you thinking of starting with, and then which class will you switch into?
I have my eye on the Mystic It's between Mystic Spearhand and Magic Archer.
And make sure to subscribe
with
down
a
below,
hint of Ranger.
Dragon's Dogma coming your way soon.
Wait, can I start out as Ranger? I think I can, but I don't know. That's probably what I'm gonna start off with, maybe. But you guys, which one are you picking? Let me know down in comments. But I'm out of here. Peace out.